Brought to you by CHM, a biblically based alternative to health insurance. Learn more at chministries.org/budget.
Here's our situation. So my brother and sister-in-law surprised us by opening a 529 for our newborn son.
Oh.
And at first we were appreciative, but when we asked how it works, since we didn't really know much about the logistics of 529s, they revealed to us that we can't contribute since the 529 is under their name, and that we would have to ask for their permission for how the money is going to be later deployed. Now, for us, it doesn't really feel right going to my older brother to ask for money for my son's college, let alone getting their decisions for our son's education.
Yeah,
or their
100%.
Education.
100%. This is crazy, Paul. Why would they do that? Like, I don't understand why they wouldn't just open it up in the child's name and then hand you guys over the account. Why do they want control over that?
That's kind of a part of the question that we're talking about today. Is number one, just understanding 529s,
okay,
but also just more or less handling family logistics of this. Now, just to add context, I do work in a family business specifically for my brother, right?
Okay.
So we are planning on changing jobs eventually. Now, of course, we're thinking that we're creating a situation where the 529 almost creates a financial dependency on them that might create future tensions down the road. So ultimately, we want to know your guys' thoughts about family members opening 529s for their relatives, in this case, their nephew, and what you think we should do. So, yeah, because we're trying to. All these are great people, right? This is our family. We love them, but we want to make sure that we're doing the right thing too, with setting up for our son so that he has the liberty, and us as parents the responsibility to help him for college.
100%.
So yeah, so that's our context.
Yeah, I mean, no, your line of thinking is spot on. Again, I go back to it's so interesting to me that they want that level of control, because you can open up a 529 in a child's name and you give all the rights to the parents, and then the parents just handle the account over there, right? I mean, like that does happen.
Well,
family members do that. So I don't understand why they still want control over it.
Yeah, because we did have a conversation with them, first thanking them, and we did ask them if they were able to switch it over from their name into our name so that we would just take control from there on out, kind of like give the keys to the car to us, which they declined that, and they insisted that this was their gift and they want to manage it.
But are you telling me, is your child the beneficiary on that account?
Our child is the beneficiary. That's correct.
Okay, got it. Because you said they opened it in their name, and I went, wait, what? Are they putting themselves as the beneficiary? But no, your child is the beneficiary, but they are the owner of the account. And that's the part that gives you pause.
Yeah.
So here's what I would do.
That's correct.
I wouldn't count
Accept
on
it. I just want to accept it.
Yeah, anyone can open an account for anyone. And so that's the thing, is like, you just go, hey, I'm going to ignore it. If there's money there and they choose to give it to your son, wonderful. But I would plan for your own child's college and act like this is gravy on top if it ever comes to fruition.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, ultimately, sorry, you go ahead first.
No, well, yeah. I mean, it's so, it's, Paul, gosh, the strings attached element, that's what I'm trying to get at, is the element when it comes to families and giving gifts, right? We talk to a lot of people on the show, and there's a fine line between enabling. Some people call and they're like, oh my gosh, my sister still needs money because she can't hold a job. Am I enabling her, or am I helping her? Like, that's a conversation. But when it's over here with just a gift and they say, yeah, we want to be able to help our nephew, the healthiest way to do that is no strings attached. That I am giving this to you. I don't need control over that anymore because it's a gift. It is now yours. And because it's in your child's name, you as the parent should be responsible for that, right? So you're knee-jerk in this, and you're exactly right. That gets very messy, especially if they are wanting a say over how he's going to use it when he's 18.
Yeah, what happens if he goes to a college they don't like or gets a degree they disagree with? Now it's awkward. So
and
for
they're
those
not the
reasons,
parents.
I wouldn't worry about it. You can have multiple 529s in a child's name. So I would open one up that you guys control, and I would fund that. And if people want to gift money, have it funded in there. And if they want to put money in this account and they want to give it to your kid one day, that's great. But again, I wouldn't count on it, but I also wouldn't be like, I would let go of the resentment over this. And, unless you think there's malicious intent, it might just be them going, hey, we want control over this if we dump the money in.
I understand. Now, one other aspect to this is, should we have a mature conversation with them and decline the 529 offering now? Just because I don't want this thing to turn into a mess later where it grows up to maybe a good size, which then they become resentful that they put in all this work and effort for their nephew.
Right.
Only to have the parents later.
Well, here's the thing. You can change the beneficiary anytime. So if your kid doesn't use it, or they have whatever kids, they have grandkids, other nephews they want to change it to, that's their right as the owners of the account. And so it's nothing for you to decline. If they offer it and you don't want it, then that's on you.
Okay, you wouldn't have a conversation, George. See, this is where
if it was my older brother, I'd be like, hey, man, this just feels weird.
I would sit down and have the conversation, Paul. I would, and just say, hey, yeah, and put it on you, right? It's not, oh, well, you're doing this. I don't feel comfortable as Paul, the dad. I don't feel 100% comfortable because I don't know what the next 18 years is going to look like for my child. And I just want to be able to know that, number one, college is funded, and that as parents, like, we're going to be able to do that, and we're going to do that on the side. And depending on what he wants to do with that money, I want us as a family unit to be able to make those decisions together and not involve you guys in all of them. And so that's really what we're setting up for our family. Thank you so much for the offer. If you guys want to continue to put money in there, or it just sits over there, that's totally fine. And, maybe at 18, like, he may use it. He also may not. I don't want to tie my son to this either. So if you guys emotionally are great with it, have an empty hand and say exactly what George said, that, and if he doesn't end up using it in this account, you can actually move $35,000 over to a Roth IRA. There's an option there, or move it to another child in the family. That's an option. But I want all of this just to be said out loud as we start this. And that's what we're feeling and thinking. But thank you so much. I mean, that's so kind of you guys to even offer. But I'm not 100% comfortable with every element of that deal.
Yeah, you guys are the best. This was extremely helpful and gave a lot of clarity to a hopefully not complicated family situation. So
yeah.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Yeah, I want to know what's underneath all of this. Or is there any kind of like sibling, he's in a family business with his brother, and so there might be more to this that we can't probably need to unpack in a therapy session versus the Ramsey show, but there might be more to this.
Yeah, there could be 100%. Yeah, I mean, we get.
But best case, it wasn't malicious, and they just go, well, we're funding it, so I feel like we should have a say. And that's okay to say, no, we're not comfortable with that.
Wouldn't that feel so weird though, George? If I couldn't imagine saying that to a niece or nephew, like, I'm funding this.
Like, my brother loves our daughter,
William and Lydia, but I want to say over what Lydia's gonna do. I don't know. Like, that feels so. I don't know. That feels so odd to me.
Yeah, if my brother opened an account for my daughter and said, well, you don't get a say, and I get to control where this money gets used and how, I'd be like, no, then we're good.
I mean, yeah, and especially a 529, because it's for education. It's not like it's this big trust fund, and it's like, hey, I want to make sure the 18-year-old is like semi-mature before they get this money. But from a character standpoint, it can only be used for education. So I'm like, I don't know. There's not much you can like screw up there.
Yeah.
Unless Paul's, I'm kidding, Paul. I was going to say, unless the brother is like, oh, Uncle Paul, he's not good with money, but I think you are, Paul. So I just want to know. Trust you in that.
We need the brother online to go, well, if he's going to go to liberal arts college. I'm not going to give you
We should start a new show, the Family Conflict Show.
Hey, Paul, we got your brother on the line. That would be amazing.
The surprise.
Come on out.
You are the uncle.
That's a little too Maury for me. Maury.
It has a little bit of that feel to it. Oh, man. Well,
good times.
Paul, I hope that helps, and I hope, like George said, that it's...
Open up your own five. Here's what I say, Rachel. Go fund yourself. You like that? That's as edgy as I get on a family-friendly show.
You're crazy, George.
Go fund your own kid's 529 and not worry about what everyone else is doing.
CHM isn't health insurance. It's a health cost-sharing ministry. Check it out for yourself at chministries.org/budget.